Hello YouTube, welcome to a brand new video. Today we'll be discussing BioWare's reportedly everything's right on Anthem and now a 2019 release. I wouldn't put it past them to kind of release this game later in the year. Now Guerrilla Games did the same thing with the anticipated game of Horizon Zero Dawn. That game supposedly came out in 2016, but they feel like, you know what, we need to make some tweaks in this game to make a perfect game. And I can clearly say Horizon Zero Dawn was a excellent game. It was really fun to play. Of course, you know, Legend of Zelda came out that year and kind of knocked them out of the performance of Game of the Year award, so they couldn't really get it at that point. So sorry, but Horizon Zero Dawn was one of those games that got postponed itself too, and they became a really great game. Now Anthem supposed to come out later this year of 2018 during around like the fallish time of that fractional year. But judging by some key reports, I will leave the key article in the description down below. It says BioWare doubles down on Anthem as pressure mounts. Now, I want to put it past BioWare to kind of postpone this game, judging by the horrible performance of Mass Effect Anthem, Mass Effect Andromeda. Over the past few months, BioWare has transformed into a single game studio and its harnessed team to work on established multiplayer games. Anthem, source says, there are still small teams maintaining Star Wars Old Republic and piecing together the next Dragon Age, which was a recently rebooting. But the bulk of BioWare staff in both are now on Anthem, and there is sense among BioWare employees that the company's future is tied into this game. It's really really into this game, and it's reason why I kind of understand about where the article's coming from, because Anthem is the biggest game that a lot of people were anticipating, because a lot of people said on YouTube platform that Anthem's gonna knock out Destiny out of the park. It's gonna knock out Destiny out of the run. It's gonna put Destiny in its place. It's gonna do this to Destiny. It's gonna do this to Call of Duty. It's gonna do this and do this and do that. So everybody had like their whole method that Anthem was gonna be the biggest game of 2018, and it's gonna knock out all those Western multiplayers games that couldn't really live up to the standards. So Anthem, which was announced at E3 in 2017, is now scheduled to release in early 2019, according to 3 people familiar with the project. The fall 2018 window was mentioned during the E3 announcement was never realistic, one source said. The exact dates remain in flux, and Anthem developers must also plan a beta release. EA Access launch and other ongoing schedule of patch and update, but it's pure unlikely developers that the publisher EA will allow BioWare to delay the game any further than March of 2019. When the company's 2019 financial year come to the end, EA likely most publicly traded companies using the financial calendar as a base for all decisions, as these dates determine how investors will behave. Now, let's just put it in a sense. BioWare is one of those companies that was the biggest company when it comes to Mass Effect trilogy, Dragon Age, Origins, and in 2007, EA purchased the studio and expanded its beyond in its original office. So EA and BioWare, when you have EA, who hasn't been really putting out too much the best games over the course of the year, they've been having failures of games. I would say Need for Speed was a really decent game that they put out. NBA Live 17 or 18, whatever you want to call it, was okay, but still a failure. Then you had Star Wars Battlefront 2, even a biggest failure. Fun game, microtransactions kind of ruined it at that part. And then you have Mass Effect Andromeda, which was nowhere close to being a successful franchise for the Mass Effect franchise. So I won't be surprised if they delay this game because of those main issues. Mass Effect Andromeda was a failure on BioWare and EA's part. It wasn't living up to the standard. It wasn't living up to the hype that everybody was, aggressively speculating. And then you had Star Wars Battlefront 2 with the microtransaction in their games, kind of like ruin the game at that point because they've more focused on microtransaction than making a decent ass game. So I will not be surprised if BioWare said to themselves, look, we're going to postpone this game a little while to make sure that we don't have the same issues that a lot of these gaming companies had over the course of years of 2017. Destiny 2 with a microtransaction. Horrible. They ain't got Call of Duty using their microtransaction as bullshit too, if you kind of look at it. And then you got Star Wars Battlefront 2 with their microtransaction crap. crap was a failure. And then put it in the sports world, you had 2K18 with their VC microtransaction bullshit kind of ruin the aspect of the game, because you have to buy all these VCs to kind of level up your character to a decent level so he could be able to shoot, steal, and run the ball. So, you know, VCs, these microtransactions in games are ruining the game because they're more focused on making money. I don't understand why these gaming companies put their sole hard focus on microtransactions, where you're going to make billions of dollars by people buying your game. That's how you're going to make your money. And they're making their whole aspect of just microtransactions. So I won't be surprised if BioWare kind of like postponed this game to make sure that the microtransaction in these games won't be taking over the game over the next course year. Yeah, it'd be nice to say that Anthem might be the game that might destroy Destiny at this part, and maybe a competition to Call of Duty. But people gotta fail to understand, Anthem has to make a game every year to kind of catch up to Call of Duty, because Call of Duty makes a game every freaking year because they have 3 developers. They have Sloan Challenger Games, Infinity Ward, and Treyarch. They have those 3 developers. That's the reason why Activision makes a Call of Duty every damn year. You got BioWare and EA. That's it. That's the only developers that they have. And hey, so Anthem is the most big anticipated game of 2018. Then you have other games coming out. So I can completely understand that Anthem probably saying, look, all these games coming out in 2018, by the time people come to our game, it probably won't be nothing exciting. So you got Gods of War, you got Detroit coming out, you got Days Gone, Last of Us 2, I don't think it's coming out this year. It's coming out next year. Then you have Red Dead Redemption 2. And then you have, of course, Far Cry 5. So for them to kind of put a game in between a couple of these months. And don't forget, you have Spider-Man coming out too. So I won't completely be mad at Anthem not coming out this year, because my main focus on those bigger games that are coming out this year. So I won't be surprised. I won't be mad if Anthem comes out 2019, because I was very anticipating Horizon Zero Dawn to come out 2016, but they said, oh, we're going to postpone it till 2017. I was highly upset. I was really mad because I was looking forward for this game. And then you had No Man's Skies. No Man's Skies is one of those games that kind of delayed for like, what, 6 to 4 months. They kind of said, oh, we want the game to be perfect. They delayed this game, but yet No Man's Skies was still a failure. So games being developed is no big surprise. And to tell you the truth, I was talking to a couple of people, and I said, I won't be surprised if Anthem gets delayed until maybe 2019. That is the latest year. I can't see it being postponed until 2020. I can see it getting delayed of 2019, coming out in the early months, maybe August, September. But they said the earliest time to get it released is March. So I won't be surprised if it, comes out that month. But like this, what it says in the article about the mounting pressure of kind of like disenfranchising, Destiny 2 at this point. Now, it also says now with a year left in development and a climate that's grown more delinquent thanks to the controversies of EA and Star Wars Battlefront 2 and Activision Destiny 2, pressure is mounting for Anthem to be great. In the past few weeks, I have spoken to more than half a dozen people close to the project. Now, that's the key thing I was saying in the video. They seen the mounting pressure of Star Wars Battlefront 2 and Destiny 2. The reason why content, the game, and microtransactions in the game has been the talk of the town, becomes these 2 games. So, like I said, Anthem probably said, you know what? Let's take a step back further, focus more on this game. If you want to make money, we'll focus on microtransactions. You cannot, I don't understand why these gaming companies put their so hard-earned money on focus on microtransactions. Microtransactions are the last thing, because you're going to have people like me still going to buy VCs, still going to buy COD points. We're still going to buy Bright Dust. We're still going to buy those necessary things to kind of see what gears we get. That's just how we work. We're going to buy like a $10, I don't know, PSN card or export card for $10, and we're going to open up those boxes. That's just how some of us work. So I don't understand why these gaming companies put their whole focus on these microtransactions, because there's going to be people out there, they're still going to buy some call points, some microtransaction coins, or whatever you want to call them, inside the game. I don't understand why they never put their full focus into the game and focus on that. I never really understand that. And Destiny 2 is having that problem right now. Their whole focus is on microtransaction, instead of putting those loot gear inside the game for people to venture out to see what gears they can get. No, they put them into microtransactions. No, buy this bright dust and you'll get this, which makes no sense for them to really do that, because in Destiny 1 they didn't do it. The only thing that you bought from Everest was the emotes. That was the only thing that you bought from her. No, you're gonna buy everything from her: ornaments, emotes, gold shells, sparrow shaders, all that stuff. You gotta buy from her if you want those colors, which makes no sense, because in Destiny 1 you never had to do that. It just makes no damn sense for them to really do that. And how they did the shader thing was still microtransaction type of feel. Talk about, oh no, we're doing this so you can venture out. Hello, in Destiny 1 there was people still venturing out, doing bounties, doing patrols, doing all those things to make the game fun, but you took all those necessary resources out of the game and put them in microtransaction field. And it feel like people like Destiny 2 and Star Wars Battlefront 2 feel like people weren't going to notice. Yeah, we're going to notice, because that's the new thing for video game companies, is microtransactions. You let me know in the comment section down below what you guys feel about Anthem being delayed. Like I said, I wasn't surprised that it was going to be delayed. If you weren't surprised, I wasn't surprised either. I mean, there's no surprise there. If they get delayed, they get delayed. And I can understand if they want to focus on the game, making this game pretty, develop the game pretty right. I can completely understand. I think you should take your time developing a game that feels like might disenfranchise Destiny 2 over the next year. So I won't be surprised if they're delayed. So I wasn't surprised. Let me know in the comment section down below. If you have questions, any concerns related to anything that I said in this video, you let me know in the comment section down below. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button on this video. Share this among friends. And I will see you guys in the next one.